exactly.
So,
It even I thought about it, and try to inquire about different things that are going on down there. Was told to get the TWIC card, to work the waterfront, either as a driver or just being on it.
mhm.
And I said, this could be a smart move for me, and and the process is easy. Just get down there, get down to the Union Hall, look at all the different things that are going on. There's a multitude of different uh, companies that are down there that want to hire you.
Mm,
There was a great job fair at the Andre McCoy Gym on Hillman Street,
mm.
just maybe about 7, 8 months ago, I believe, and that was a good turnout. So people, the desire for the city, from the city, is there to to do that type of work, and but who pushed you in this direction? Who
I don't know. I mean, I guess it goes way back to the Rosemary Tierney days, and my dad was a big supporter of her, and
hmm
I would go with him, whether it was to a sign holding or one of her functions, whatever. And I really got interested listening to these folks speak about government and
True.
how the city works, and so as a young man, you know, teenager, if you will, I began to realize that maybe this is something I want to do, and I'm blessed because you know what,
hmm
I can honestly say that folks grow up and say I want to be a fireman or a police
hmm
officer or a doctor or a lawyer, whatever it may be, and I was blessed enough to be able to live out that dream, if you will,
Exactly.
and so that's what really got me into this.
hmm
Listening to the people, seeing how government works, and I'm super excited to be able to have this opportunity again to
hmm
go. And whereas now I'm retired, now I can focus 100% on making sure that what our city residents need, they're getting. And I was on the city council before. I have an uncanny ability to bring folks together.
I agree.
Teamwork, it makes the dream work, right?
Yeah, sure.
Teamwork is critically important in government. And unfortunately, um, federally, local, state, you're not seeing as much as that as I think should be.
hmm
And I'm, here to say that if I'm blessed enough to be elected again, that's one of the things I'm going to bring back to the table is my ability to work with people. In spite of our differences, in spite of you and I may not agree on, what color this table should be.
hmm
But you know what? There's all kind of equipment in this room. There's so much more than just this table. We can't get stuck on what color the table is.
Agree.
And unfortunately, that seems to be what's happening. Is folks are getting stuck on one issue and not remembering that there's a whole bunch of other issues that
hmm
we need to work on and continue to collaborate for the people of the city.
Every day in that chair is a different day, because
Different day.
different business. There's different things you have to, you know, if you're on committees, all right, then there's something that kind of lingers on and you got to kind of straighten it out, whatever that may, come forward in the particular committee that you're involved in.
Mm,
But when it comes to on a daily basis, it's something new and you have to treat that. You got to treat it like that. It's a new problem or a new I don't want to say problem because it's something new. It's a new project that you have to get
new issue, whatever it may
yeah,
be. Yeah.
and so now getting in that seat or answering a call every single day about that particular issue, it's a new day,
Mm,
and as Councilor A through Z, you got to treat it that way because you'll never get anything done, and
right.
if there's that friction that so but I can't wait to see you in that chair, and
Hey, I'm with you.
I'm more than confident that you can do this, only
I'm
because
absolutely with you.
you um 3 terms is no joke. That means 3 terms someone liked you,
Yeah.
you know, and in this case, thousands of people liked you in New Bedford.
Yeah.
So, and I think um that same desire to have you in that seat is still there.
Yeah. And like you say, the people. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's who we represent. Um, the fact that we're doing this is not because, okay, I want the title. I had the title.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, so to
Hmm.
speak. But I see that there's a potential for us to grow this city. My mother and I was talking the other night, and she said, Brucey, um, New Bedford was the richest city in the world at one point.
Yeah.
I said, yes, it was. And it was because of the wheel industry and things of that
Hmm.
nature. Well, it flipped that coin,
Yeah.
right? And not that we're going to be the richest city in the world again, but there's potential for folks like you and me, folks that throughout this city that can have livable wages because of renewable energy now.
Hmm.
You know, so this is really dear to my heart. I think that if we do this right, then a lot of people can benefit from this industry.
I agree. I agree. The we have just want to answer these questions here. Jack's Jack's on the board here as always, constant supporter of us here at WNB1 Radio, and he says hello to both of you, and we're his friend, of course. Jack
Oh,
is.
Jack, yes, Jack. Oh
Jack,
my, that's another blast from the past. Jack
yeah,
and I grew up together,
he-
and love you too, Jack. He's always supported me when I ran for four. I knocked on his door, doing door to door as
mhm,
counselor at large, and he's supporting me again. And certainly I appreciate him. We go back to grade school and middle
yeah,
school and high
yeah.
school, and so Jack's been a constant in my life over the years.
I first I'll never forget this. I don't know if Jack remembers this, but the first time we met, it was at Charles Ashley School
Mm.
on Ashley Boulevard. I forget, summer program, summer school, whatever it was. But
He was a big boy then.
yeah, yeah, and I'm like, who's that? And he was a gentle giant, man. He's nice. He's
Yes, the
doing
the
things.
size of Texas.
Yeah, and he was. But yeah, we love you, bro. We
Yeah,
love you just like you love us, man.
yeah, absolutely.
The so it's getting to the witching hour, right? And primaries.
Coming up, looking
Um,
forward to it.
any debates coming up?
I'm thinking Buddy Andre is gonna sponsor one or Old Bedford Village at Gome School. I just
Hmm.
don't. I don't have the date yet,
Yeah,
but I'm assuming that there'll be several as we move forward.
yeah,
We're getting ready to get the kids back to school. August is just about done. You know, and so now it's gonna start heating up.
yeah.
September,
True.
October, November, and so I'm looking forward to sitting down and having a conversation with everyone that's running. And
Yeah,
kudos to everyone that's putting their name in the hat.
yeah. This
It,
is
it's
this
it's a
is
lot. It's a lot of work. I want to give a shout out to my wife Michelle. Thank
Shut up.
you for that. Thank you for supporting me in this because it's without that support, and my family members, my friends, and I told everyone this is not a ward race. This is an at large race. This is the
Hmm.
whole city. I can't do it without you.
True.
And so I certainly appreciate everyone that's come up, that's helped me, that's done things for me, that's walked with me,
Hmm.
that's put up signs and things of that nature. And so I'm very, very thankful for the support I'm getting from my family, friends, and from the residents of this city. You
Yeah.
know,
It's Councilor at large is I mean running period is not easy, but
mm,
Councilor at large is like you said citywide, and you see that there's a lot of candidates
mm,
jumping in the ring and wanting to run. And I commend every single one of you, starting from
absolutely,
you. And it's not easy. You mentioned about you gave your wife some praises, and it's not easy to put your name in the ring and then not remember the family and friends behind you
oh,
because you
absolutely.
need them. You
I
need them,
need
and
them, love them, appreciate them all.
yeah,
Even in spite of this, they've
yeah,
always been there for me, you yourself
hmm,
included.
yeah,
Um, if I wasn't here today, we'd still be friends, you and I.
exactly,
And so
exactly,
those relationships you build over the years, and then I could pick up the phone and call you, and and vice versa as far as that's concerned.
true.
So those type of relationships are important. But family for me is extremely important.
Yes, it
And
is.
I'm blessed to have the family that I have.
Yeah, you
And
sure
so
are.
I'm certainly blessed to have my wife supporting me
Hmm.
in this journey.
Yeah, it's what it's like they're running too, right?
That's true.
You
That's
how
100%
many
true.
times they, you
Hmm.
know, the wife could be where stop shop, Shaw's, and it's
That's true.
minding their business, and then all of a sudden tap on their shoulder, and it's like she's getting 5, 10 questions,
Yeah, that's
that
true.
are meant for
I
you.
mean, listen, it happened before, and it'll probably happen again. And I certainly appreciate that she understands that that's all part of this, and
Hmm.
has given me the support that I need to do this. I can't do it without her,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
agree.
So
They're let's see, Christy says hello, and she's enjoying the nice weather in another state, doing her thing.
nice.
Is Sandra Andre Penn? Do you have any headquarters for people to help you? That's a question for you, Bruce.
Well, 119 Maryland Street,
119 Maryland
New
Street.
Bedford 027 45 is if you want to help out. My cell phone number is 774-930-2737. Give me a call. I appreciate um, Miss Andre Penn
Yeah,
as far as that's concerned. I appreciate all the help I can get.
so true. Jack says yes. Sawyer in Mattapoisett.
Mm.
I think that's where you met him, right? I don't know.
Oh, I met Jack in Carney, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. So imagine that he's student at Connie. You know, definitely held the title at Connie Academy.
Oh,
You
Jack held
know,
the title all through
yeah,
his school career, including
yeah,
middle school. Obviously, beast on that football field.
yeah.
Come on. We
So
all know Jack McGee as far as
yeah,
that's concerned.
yeah.
So,
And people forget he played basketball too. So
hmm.
and so but good good stock we have within the city limits.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you're running, and I'll continue to follow you, continue to support you, and it was nice that we connected to get on WNB1 radio and this podcast,
Yeah.
the Really
This
Charlie
is
podcast. I really this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to do things like this, so where this platform is open for you to
mm,
get your message out.
certainly
Um,
appreciate it. This technology. I'm looking at all these things in here,
yeah,
and I'm like, wow.
yeah,
Before we got on, I'm like, this is how amazing is this that you
hmm
can do this be on Facebook, and folks throughout the country
yeah.
can be listening to you and I sitting in
hmm
this little studio here in the city of New Bedford. And so that technology is absolutely amazing.
I had one podcast, right? And never forget this man. Until this day, probably once a month we still talk. But I was on another podcast, and this gentleman was from Canada.
Mm.
And the craziest thing is that what he was so attracted to the podcast based on the word New Bedford, and he's from Canada. And when he seen it, he actually wanted to have a conversation. We had a conversation, and until this day, we still end up meeting on different podcasts. Whether it's an audience, and I see him there, and we're engage ourselves in the conversation at whatever's going on. So, but it's Canada, and he was attracted to my podcast,
Because of
the
the
word
name
New
New
Bedford,
Bedford. Can you
and
imagine?
he's heard of it, heard stories, from everything from Moby Dick to Frederick Douglass, and he's just definitely was had to get on, and he did, and now we build a great association.
Mm.
Um,
This city, and sometimes we take it for granted, right?
hmm
But this city is amazing when you look at everything from the beaches to the working waterfront, one of a few in the whole country as far as
Hmm.
that's concerned.
Yeah.
The infrastructure down there is absolutely amazing.
So true.
Frederick Douglass, Underground Railroad, all the history
Hmm.
that is associated with this
Yeah.
city. We take it for granted. We see it every single day.
Yeah.
But folks like from Canada and other parts of the country come here and are absolutely amazed to walk down Union Street
Hmm.
and look at, a working waterfront
True.
where you see all the fishing fleets and everything, the cranes now, looking at the nacelles and all the components that are uh, there for wind is
Yes.
absolutely amazing. It's something you don't see every single day.
No.
It's very inspiring to me to see all this. You know,
I ran down there a few weeks ago, took some pictures, and just a few. I still have to get some more, but I wanted to capture the beginning stages of the development along the waterfront. So when you and I are at that great age of 94, we can share it
we
and
can
say, look,
reflect and say,
yeah,
remember when
yeah,
you and I sat down and
hmm,
on this podcast and talked about
true,
the developments that are going on
hmm,
today, and this is if we do it right.
yeah,
This is when Vineyard One is the first one out of
hmm,
many companies that are going to come to this city, and so this is again sustainable jobs. You know,
yes,
we got to get our people trained. I know that um, this coming Friday, Vineyard One is going to be meeting with Volk
very
because
nice,
there's the resource there, right?
hmm,
Whether it's plumbers, electricians, carpenters, whatever those jobs are that could go and work into the industry and make 60, 70, $80,000 a year. That's a livable
yeah.
wage, you know. So
Sound familiar, right? Sounds familiar, like another company that came into the city, similar to, well, one being named the Cushioning Company,
mm,
one being Titleist,
mm.
and where they were reaching out to the community so they can have that strong workforce, and now here it is with the trade winds, um, being there and looking, seeking out quality people from the area.
And they're here.
Yeah.
The work ethic in this city, the folks are there. We just got to give them the opportunity, right? The education, right? When are the trainings? I like to see a better job of communicating this to the populace,
Hmm.
so, hey, my grandson may be interested in that, right? Or my nephew or my niece or my brother or whatever. Let's let them know that these opportunities are out there. Let's get them trained to go out there and do the things that need to be done to support this industry.
Exactly. It's just that civic pride. That civic pride, especially you know, helping out the whole world. We have an opportunity to help out the whole world
When you
along
look
with the
at it,
region. Yep. And um so it's nice. I mean, when you and I were on a job doing our thing, it took a lot of, we I had a lot of pride in where I came from, what I had on my sleeve, on my
mm.
chest, and it meant a lot to me. And I think that it just made me do that much more, and that much because I just said, no, we got to do the best we can because this is New Bedford.
Right. And whether you realize it or not, and I think I told you this story before, but you know, me sitting on the Monty's fence over there,
Mm, yeah.
and then there's Charlie Perry
Hmm.
right across the street in his cruiser,
Yeah.
and it was an inspiration. You don't
Yeah.
realize how those little things can inspire folks to over the
Exactly.
years. So you were a great representation for our
Thank you.
city.
I
As far
appreciate it.
as
Means a
absolutely.
lot.
And so me sitting there like, wow, Charlie's actually doing something with his life,
Hmm.
and what am I doing?
Yeah.
Hanging out with the boys,
Yeah.
and so that was a motivation for me to get into the law enforcement field to do those type of things,
Right
and
on.
so you know we
Nice to hear.
you Charlie, everyone knows Charlie Perry and what you've meant to this community. So you know you're right, when you put that uniform on, it's pride.
Hmm.
When you're making a livable wage, when you're doing something that's productive, you have pride in that. And similar to that is what we can do with this industry. You
Yes.
know, people will be proud to go to work because they're able to feed their families at home. They're able to fix the roof if it's leaking, or
Hmm.
whatever it may be. This is what this is all about.
Yeah,
Take their kids to Disneyland or whatever it may be. When you're making that type of money, these are the opportunities that can happen if we do it right.
exactly. And it bottom line, it all comes back to the city. When I'm taking my family out, you know, from young to old, and guess what? I'm gonna go eat downtown. I'm gonna go eat in the north end. I'm gonna go down the south end. I'm gonna participate in different functions, throughout the city. And so all that good money you're making from a good job is gonna go back.
It trickles down.
Yeah.
It trickles down. Whether it's you know supporting your local restaurants, to your point, or supporting your local construction worker or your
Hmm.
local plumber, whatever it may be. When you're in a position to do that, that makes everything just work.
It
You
sure
know.
does. Sure does. Jack's mentioned about Camp Massasoit. I think
Oh, Camp Massasoit.
we all had, yeah. See, and um, those are some good mentors, that were there trying to talk to us young kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember going there and we said, man, we were way in the woods. And then you think about it now and you're saying, you say, wait, that wasn't too far off. I'm like, that wasn't deep in the woods, but it
But
was,
for when you were a kid, that was
yeah.
deep in the wood.
And
And to your point, some of those mentors, inspired us
yeah,
to be
it's true.
some of the people. I mean, you're always going to have your parents and your family members try to point you in the right direction.
Hmm.
But when someone that doesn't have any connection to you other than I'm invested in you because I want you to do well, I think that goes a long way.
Exactly.
That's why I love being a substitute teacher. I love,
Hmm.
to mentor some of these kids, to let them know, how many times I have, Mr. Duarte, this is too hard. I can't. Don't say that. Of course you can do it. You
Yeah.
you can't do it if you say you can't, but you can if you say you can't.
Yeah.
There's always a solution to a problem,
Hmm.
And so that to me, that makes me feel good. That makes me
Yeah.
feel like I had a productive day because I reached one kid or whatever it is, or two, whatever that may be. So
It's true. They need that little. I mean, I do the same thing when I'm at Gomes School. All right, look, you just need some help. All right, Mr. Perry's gonna help you right now.
yeah,
Let's help. Today we'll help. Tomorrow you try it on your own, or for homework, whatever you. But I'm gonna help you out. It's.
how good is it when they oh, Mr. Do I did I was it? How great
Mhm.
is that? How
Yeah.
do you feel when you're like, yeah, you did that. You were the one
Hmm.
that believed in yourself to do it.
Yeah.
But you were just that little spark, so to speak, to
Yeah.
get him to that point him in that
Hmm.
direction. So
The those little things, and I can't wait. Day one of the school year is tomorrow, and cannot wait.
already,
I
wow,
cannot
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
You know,
That's this summer went by fast.
yeah, sure did.
This year
Hmm.
went by fast, and I've been at this now since May. You know, first with conversations. What do you think? Do you think
Hmm.
I should? And then actually doing the footwork, going out there, putting up signs, talking to people,
Yeah.
and really realizing that you know we're a community. Knocking, going to the peninsula or whatever, Ronnie French, and then realizing, oh wait, uh, I know your father.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, we're really more connected than we realize, and I'm realizing that more now because you're in your little community, and of course you, but when you get outside of your community, you realize, wait a minute, she knew my dad, and I
Yeah.
remember you was a little,
Yeah.
and things of that nature, So I love this city, and I think the potential for us to do better is certainly there, but we got to
Yeah.
figure out how we do it together. How
Is
we do it. Teamwork is the most important thing I think in politics and life for that matter.
true.
You know, and so that's what we're working towards. That's what we're working for, fighting for, is that we come together as a city because once we do, I think there's no stopping us. There's so much potential that's going on right now. I don't think folks realize how important the things that are happening right now is going to affect the next generation. But we
Sure will.
have to do it right today. I was with a meeting with Carlos Avila yesterday. He's one of the principals at the Ocean Cluster, the Bedford Ocean
Hmm.
Cluster, and he was telling me about some of the opportunities and some of the trainings and things of that nature. And so let's communicate that to the people. Let's let them know that this is out there.
I
If you
agree.
want it, if you want it, it's there. You got to
Sure
work.
is.
You got to do a little work to get there. But if you want a great career, if you want to be able to have, those dinners or those
Hmm.
trips or those vacations or whatever it may be, it starts right now. It starts today. You know.
Sure does. The I you mentioned earlier about the old Electric Eversource building and that smokestack that was
Can you imagine?
it was in the horizon. And you know what? That was one thing that growing up, I never liked it because I couldn't see the water. I had to just walk that mile,
Hmm.
to get over there to see it. And now that there's different parts of the city, especially as you're traveling on County Street and you look down and you could see, you know, different parts, across the water, across the pond, as they say, and you see the shoreline, the Land's End, the Fairhaven, and that's a beautiful sight,
It's a beautiful site, and like I said to you, I got goosebumps literally
Yeah.
walking that site
Hmm.
to know what was there and what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and so again, it's another great opportunity for the people. As I go door to door, some folks will say, "Well, is it really coming? Is it gonna? Well, it's tangible now. We can
Yeah.
touch it. We can see it. We can, you
Hmm.
know. So how many times did we hear? Okay, that's gonna be that building was gonna be a casino,
Yeah.
or that building was gonna be the aquarium,
Hmm.
and all these false promises over the years. Well, those false promises are gone, right? So listen, let's all get on the same page. Let's motivate some of the folks that may need a job or whatever it is to go down there. Encourage them to go down there,
Hmm.
research it, see if this is something that you can do, because I think the benefit will be great for your family as you go through.
Exactly.
You know,
I try to tell everyone, look, you know, government, be it local or state, federal, they're not going to spend the money they spent already for something that's not going to happen.
yeah,
This is going to happen.
this is going to happen. And as you know, Charlie, as the Ward 4 city councilor, I represented the waterfront for 6 years.
Hmm.
I represented the fishing industry for 6 years.
Yes.
It's critically important that we work together so that both, I mean, the fishing industry in the city is $1 billion industry,
Yeah.
and there's no way I turn my back on that. So, but I also know that win is coming, that win is here. So how do we work together, right? So that the fishing industry has what they need to continue to be that $1 billion industry in this, the economic driver, the number one value catch in the country. It's
Hmm.
huge.
Yeah.
Again, when you think about New Bedford, it's a lot of great things that happen in the city
True.
going on. But how do we marry the two? How do we work collectively so that one doesn't hurt the other? You know, and those are the conversations that I had yesterday with Carlos, and then again with Andrew Saunders, and we'll continue to have, so that
Hmm.
we make sure that one doesn't hurt the other, and that they both live together, but it's a benefit for the people that live in this city.
It's there's no reason why it can't work, and the reason why I'm saying is because when you go to other seaports and you go to other waterfronts, working waterfronts,
Mm,
up and down the East Coast, along the West Coast, you see a multitude of things throughout that coastline. So there's no reason
that we
why
can
we can't do that too.
work together,
Hmm.
and so I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
they would.
excited. I'm excited about this opportunity. I love the fact that I'm back out there. I'm meeting the people. I'm engaging with the folks, listening to their stories. Um, and I think that if we do it right, and I hate to keep on saying it, but we have to do it right. And by that I mean those jobs have to be here in this city.
Exactly.
They have to be for our people.
Hmm.
You're on our waterfront. You're using our waterways. You know, in some instances, you're using fishermen to navigate
Yeah.
because who knows the waters better,
Hmm.
right? And so we want a benefit from that.
Yeah.
We
I
want
want
we want our little slice of that pie, if you will.
I want that local I want that local young man or young woman to be driving that tugboat, as they're guiding a multitude of you know ships in the area,
Mm,
or going out to fix the wind farms,
right.
and that and but like you said, their knowledge is it's a different harbor out there. That's a different harbor. So
It's
it's
the only
nice to have
deep.
some local.
It's a deep harbor. The only one, pretty much, in the country for the
Yeah,
most part.
yeah,
The number one, as far as the hurricane barrier and all that, the port is the safest one in the country.
hmm
And so that's why when you hear about storms, you see some of these ships coming and these boats coming from other parts of the region, the anchor in the Bedford, because we have the safest harbor as far as that's concerned. So,
exactly. Um, uh, Bruce Duarte Jr.
mm.
I want to let you know that you will be on YouTube. You're on WNB1 Radio.
It's so amazing to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're on the podcast.
Yeah.
Really Charlie
I
podcast.
hate to show my age, but this is
No, it's
this is pretty neat. This is a pretty cool thing,
and
to
every
watch
every
this.
day I'm learning something new.
Yeah,
And so the this is your connection,
yeah.
and the station is definitely open to a lot to everyone,
Mm.
and we want to bring community people in there like yourself to use it and say things exactly the way you want to. We didn't script this. We're just
No,
having
this
a
is we're
conversation
having a
here.
conversation. We're talking.
And so that's the best thing I like about this is that we can just have a conversation, talk about it, uh, and then spread the word.
Spread the word. I remember when I was on the city council, and my last year as city council president, we, like I said earlier, we went to Germany, and we actually steamed out on the Baltic to one of the farms, if you will.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, these wind turbines, amazing.
Yes.
People say the ones at the Haven are so big. They're small in comparison.
Hmm.
To be on that boat and to look up and see the wind farms that are out there, it's absolutely amazing. And that's going to happen here.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to happen here. And by the way, when we got back to the port, to see all the people working from that city or from that
Hmm.
town or whatever it was, the benefit that those were providing, not just because of this producing electricity, but because of jobs.
Exactly.
And that's the important thing, jobs.
Yeah. We cried for it for many many decades. We need jobs here. We need this. We need that. Well, it's here.
It's here.
It's here, and
The
so
opportunity, if you want to work, you want to get trained, you want to master that craft, you can make some decent money to
yeah.
support your family, yourself, and your family. It's very important.
Don't I mean we all like the word free, right?
Mm,
And look at all the free training out there to get these jobs that are six figures, um, and they're out there, and the training's free. So if they're, I mean, BCC is doing amazing things over there. Mass Hire here in New Bedford, they're offering so many things, um, and so it's out there,
yeah.
and they're
What I
gonna.
tell folks is research. If you just do a little research, whether it's to your point, BCC,
Mm-hmm.
they were at that forum that we had a couple of weeks ago, Mass Hire,
Yeah.
um, as far as that's concerned, those the resources are there.
Hmm.
You just got to go and grab it.
Yeah, and
You
it's
just got to
time.
go get it. It's there. If you wanna uh, uh, change course, you want to change your career, you want to make a decent amount of money to support your family, the resources are there. Get the training, find out what's needed, because the opportunity is there, and it's up to us, right,
Yeah.
to communicate this to the people. You know, and like I said earlier, I'd like to see more of that going on, more advertising about the opportunities that WIN's going to present to the people.
I
You know,
agree. I agree. All right. We I'm not saying, but if there's anything you want to talk about, if it leads us to another 15, 20 minutes on this air, let's do it. But I want to leave this part right now up to you. And what do you want to talk about?
I'm
And
just, again, Charlie, one, I want to thank you for this opportunity.
oh, you
All
got it.
right.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. It's good to see some of the folks that responded and some of the people that are leaving little notes and things of that nature.
Hmm.
Um, and two, I'm just asking folks, consider 1 out of your 5 votes,
Hmm.
Bruce Duarte Jr. This is who I am. You've known me for many years.
Yeah.
A lot of people have known me. This I haven't. I'm consistent who I am. I'm sincere and what I believe could be helpful to this city. And I have the ability to work with folks in spite of our differences.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. In spite of our differences, I have the ability to work with people to, put that olive branch, so to speak, across the aisle so that the benefit is for the people of the city. And
Hmm.
I'm asking that on October 3rd, which is the primary day, that the people give me that opportunity to represent him again.
Yes.
So,
And good representation for us here in the community, here in New Bedford, um, and in City Hall.
yeah.
Really, because you represented that building
Mm,
pretty well. So I know you can do the same thing,
mm.
and probably 5 times better, only because you have the experience. You know how to hit a curveball now, and you definitely know how to hit a fastball out of the
Sure.
park. So
Yeah. I
you
like that analogy.
yeah. So keep doing what you're doing. I'll try to share everything that's possibly going on with you and actually city politics. I'm definitely going to be putting it out there so people know and respond. There's no reason for you and I not to keep in touch. We
Absolutely.
have each other's numbers,
Yeah.
and you just
It's what it's all about.
yeah.
Networking,
Hmm.
networking. You working with me working with you. You know, I was talking to, um, actually, I was campaigning in my neighborhood yesterday, and didn't realize how big the city is.
Hmm. Yeah.
Didn't realize that there's a lot of homes and a lot of people in the city. But um, I was speaking. Her name was Jen, and we were talking, and she says, "Well, I want to help," and and I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Because that's the only way we do this. That's the only way
Hmm.
I win is that people, you know, network with each other, work with each
Exactly.
other, and make sure that, our message is getting out there.
Hmm.
So I appreciate that. And I look forward to it. I mean, just give
Yeah.
me all the information you can.
Hmm.
I look forward to having these meetings, talking to different people, uh, talking to the residents of this city. It's been pretty cool so far.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool, and you know, I'll probably go out, leave here, and go knock on a
And
few
you
more
should.
doors tonight,
You should.
and continue to work as hard as I possibly can.
You,
I'm not gonna not do it because I didn't work hard.
yeah.
And I teach this to my sons. If you feel it's not, because you didn't work hard enough. If you have a good message, if you have a good attitude, then you could probably can succeed at just about anything.
I agree.
So
I
we're
agree.
working hard, and I appreciate the opportunity to network with you as well as
Yeah.
others.
Capitalize on that. These daylight hours.
Oh yeah,
Especially now. And then it's going to change
it's
every
gonna
week.
change. My
So
goodness, you see it
you're
already.
gonna need those daylight hours to
Yep.
go door to door. Uh, no one wants to see the shadows, come
Mm-mm,
knocking on the door.
mm-mm.
So gotta capitalize on that daylight hours and do your thing. You
Yeah,
know, I think anyone that has a conversation with you, and as that conversation goes on, it doesn't take you long to win them over. So you do what you were born and raised to do, and all the life skills that you maintained and received over the years. Just put that all into play, and you shouldn't have it. You should do what you came to do, and that's win a race. So,
That's what we're here to do.
yeah.
We're here to win the race. And so,
And know what? You guys need some new leather seats. Someone's got to put a
a
those,
motion for
yeah, those
written
things.
motion, Councilor
I know they're
Duarte. You know,
historic. I know they're historic, but you guys,
yeah, I tell you, that's
you definitely.
they're the same seats that were there when I was there.
I'm
So
telling you, it. I noticed it,
yeah, yeah,
but you know, time time to I mean, give the seat to the rightful person that sat there and but get a new one.
yeah, yeah.
You need some new seats in there. I can hear those things on the speaker.
Oh
I'm
yeah, oh yeah,
like,
oh yes. So
but all right. I want to welcome everybody here joining us here on Facebook, through the restream, on WNB1 Radio. We are here every single day, 24 hours, 7 days out of the week. In the morning, you get Mags in the morning, doing this show from 8 to 11. Then we have a retake. We actually get involved in many, many shows and events in the city. We have Fresh Fridays comedy that's coming up at White's of Westport, September 8th. And so we're doing quite a few things here and trying to get people involved and get community to meet and hang out and have a good time. We had a multitude of events at the New Bedford Harbor Hotel,
hmm
just because we want to keep that connection, keep that you know what I want to say. We want to get involved with the downtown of New Bedford, and Harbor Hotel has been a good venue for us. So, and as the months go on, we're going to continue to do some other events. But New Bedford has this good vibe going on,
yeah,
and
this is wonderful.
and WNB1 Radio is going to be right there along the side with everyone, or working with everyone to keep that vibe going within this city. Um, but as far as the vibe for politics, man, it's nice to see a lot of people running.
Mm,
It's nice to
it's
see
important.
some good names like yours in the race, and man,
It's very important.
I'm excited about you doing this, and anything you need from me, I don't care what it is.
Appreciate that.
I have a YouTube channel you can utilize. You can utilize this station for whatever you're trying to do. Have different fundraisers. Let me know.
Mm,
And we'll do what we have to.
appreciate that. Appreciate that. I texted the mayor the other day, and I asked them, the signs that we utilize for when there's a construction work going on, the
Hmm.
digital signs that we use. I saw it last election, but on a limited basis. So I'm asking him, uh, and we'll continue to ask that we utilize those signs to let folks know that the primary is October 3rd,
That's a great
that
idea.
the November 7th is the general election.
Hmm.
So people are aware because listen, everyone's busy.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're working two jobs, sometimes three. You know, um, we do this right. You can have to one job and it's going to be okay for you
Hmm.
and your family.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that we should let folks know 2 weeks out or 3 weeks out before have those signs flash.
Yeah.
And I know that some of the surrounding communities, their elections offset, so
Yeah.
maybe they can, you know, utilize some of those signs that they're not using as far as that's
Hmm.
concerned. I think it's important that we let people know this is an election year. These are the people that are running. And oh, by the way, here's the date to go and vote for them. So
It's friendly reminder. I mean, we got those digital, speed signs all over, and guess what?
mm,
When that sign is telling you your speed and you slow down.
more than likely you slow down.
So could
You
you
know,
imagine? Look, primaries here.
2 weeks out, three
Yeah,
weeks out,
yeah.
it's
Because
flashing.
people
And
are
you're
gonna like,
driving by every day.
that
Yeah.
that subliminal messages. That is getting vote, vote, vote. And the other thing is, believe it or not, right now people got to start registering to vote. It's not too late. Start
No, it's
registering.
not too late.
Do
Register to vote, early
right
voting,
here. This
vote early, vote
phone,
Bruce.
this phone will get you registered to vote.
It's
How many
amazing
of you are on this
technology.
phone for you know every few minutes, every 20, 30 minutes that you're on the phone? Could you imagine if you're not registered? Guess what? Just get on it. You're on it anyways. Just get on it. Put your
Register to
name in
vote.
it.
Yeah.
Submit it. Goes to Secretary of State, and guess what? You're registered in your town and in your state, and now you can vote.
Yeah.
It's that easy. And there's a lot of people that haven't voted ever.
Well, like I try to tell folks, the fact of the matter is, and it's not a cliche, but if you don't vote, you shouldn't complain.
I agree.
If you don't vote, if you don't exercise that right that's been given to you, every American
I
for that
agree.
matter, if you don't vote, then you shouldn't complain,
Exactly.
right? Because you, the people, uh, control government if they vote.
Hmm.
Because if you hold folks' feet to the fire, then they're gonna vote. Not a special interest group or whatever, but I'm saying that the folks, the men and women that are out there that are doing the everyday business, the forgotten people, if you will.
Hmm.
You know, if you vote, then you become unforgotten, and then you get the ear of the folks that are representing you when
I
you vote.
agree.
So it's very important,
I
extremely
agree.
important.
We see the names. It's one thing I knew. After I ran, I knew who voted and who didn't vote.
Hmm.
Um,
I got the list.
Family, friends,
Mm.
like, whoa, you didn't vote. It's amazing. So, there's this, um, just do it so easy, quick process, man. So, all right.
Well, this was a pleasure being here with you today.
Yeah,
It was amazing for me to see all this and how it all works. It's
mhm.
pretty cool. And I thank you, Charlie.
I
Thank you for
thank
this
you.
opportunity.
I thank you. And
Appreciate it very much.
we, let's keep in touch
Absolutely.
and get this job done, for the city. And I know you're definitely one of those guys,
Mm.
one of
Thank
those
you for that.
candidates can do it. So, um, all right, everyone, you will listen to WNB1 Radio, and this is the Really Charlie podcast. My guest here is Bruce Duarte Jr., and he's running. So register to vote, cast your vote, and consider this young man as one of your choices. 1 out of 5. It's you got to pick him. And Bruce Duarte is a good dude, and he'll definitely be there for you.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna play my favorite song by Peter Lionel Walker. The Really Charlie intro, and
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I
I like
love
that
this,
song.
man. So many people love this, man, and
That's a cool song.
he did it right. He did it right from his house, man. And
Again, that technology, right?
yeah, so actually, Peter was the first candidate to receive the Sunshine Award from the Really Charlie podcast.
Mm.
And the craziest thing is he was the first one, right? Because he's always trying to make someone else shine in the community. And so that's why he got the award, and it was the first one. So now the second year, I'm thinking of different people and who I'm gonna, and without even thinking about it, his wife was the second one,
No
and
kidding.
she received the second one.
That's cool.
So
Birds of a feather.
yeah, somebody's doing some great things, and
That's awesome.
yeah. So all right, everyone, I'm gonna play my song, and I'm gonna play some music for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go on home. First day of school tomorrow, so I gotta get some rest.
Get some rest. Get some rest, my man.
All right. Good night.
It's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.